You sat in that salon chair last month. You walked out thinking it looked fine. And 3 days later, something in the mirror told you it didn't. That's not a styling problem. That's a cut problem. And it's quietly adding 6 to 8 years to your face every single morning, before you've touched a single product. In this video, I'm giving you 3 haircuts that genuinely take years off, and 3 that are working against you right now. By part 3, you'll know the exact swap that makes the biggest difference on camera and in person. Part 4 is the one that surprises women most. They don't see it coming. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Part 1, the layered lichia cut versus the blunt bob. Let's start with something that feels familiar, something a lot of women have been getting for years, because it's the most common cut I see pulling faces downward in photos. And 9 times out of 10, she has no idea it's doing it. You've probably had a blunt bob at least once. Maybe you've gone back to it because it feels clean, polished, classic. And in your 30s? It was. But here's what nobody explains to you when you're sitting in that chair after 60. A blunt edge with no layering is doing something to your face shape that takes 6 years and adds them back on the spot. The weight of that blunt line sits exactly at the jaw, which visually shortens your neck and flattens the natural contour of your cheekbones. Your face reads heavier than it is. And that sharpness doesn't frame you anymore. It just cuts across you. This is the one a stylist friend told me she wishes she could say out loud to every client over 50 who requests it. She doesn't because clients love what they know. But the truth is, the blunt bob is a young woman's cut. Not because you can't wear it, but because it needs bone structure to work. And after 60, bone structure needs the cut to meet it halfway. So here's what you swap it for. The lichia cut. Think of it as the bob's more graceful older sister. It's a layered cut, shoulder length or just below, with feathered or textured ends that create soft movement around the jaw and neck. There's no blunt line. Instead, the layers fall in a way that lifts the eye upward, toward your cheekbones, toward your eyes, rather than pulling it across the widest part of your face. When you go to your stylist, say this: I want a layered cut at or just below the shoulder with feathered ends, no blunt line at the bottom, and I want the layers to start just below the cheekbone. That's the sentence. They'll know exactly what to do. The maintenance on this is genuinely easy. A trim every 8 to 10 weeks keeps it clean. You don't need a restyle. Just a trim to refresh the layers so the movement doesn't drop out. Most women think layered cuts are high maintenance. They're actually less work than keeping a blunt bob looking sharp. And this is just the beginning, because part 2 covers the cut that does something even more specific to your eyes. Most women over 60 are making this mistake without even registering it. I want you to stay right here for it. Part 2, the textured pixie versus the cropped round bowl. Here's a truth that stylists almost never say directly. The wrong shortcut doesn't just age your face, it rounds it. And for women over 60, a rounder face silhouette is one of the fastest visual signals of age. Not because round faces are aging, but because when a cut adds roundness that wasn't there, it erases the angularity your bone structure used to carry for you. Have you ever gotten a shortcut and felt like your face suddenly looked somehow smaller, puffier, like your features got slightly buried? That wasn't your face. That was the cut. Specifically, it was a cropped bowl cut, the kind that sits curved and uniform across the top of the head with no texture, no direction, no separation. It's smooth. It's neat. And it's doing something to the framing of your eyes that you haven't been told about yet. A bowl cut, even a very neat, well-executed one, closes down the top of your face. Your eye moves along the curved line of the hair, rather than being drawn toward your eyes themselves. And that curved uniform line sitting above the ears makes the width of your face read wider and lower. Your cheekbones disappear into it. Your forehead shortens. Everything that your face naturally does well gets softened into the wrong kind of roundness. The swap is a textured pixie with height. Same short length, but everything else changes. Texture through the top creates vertical direction. Height at the crown pulls the eye upward. Slightly tapered sides that don't curve outward keep your jaw reading clean and angular. The textured pixie works because it borrows the same short length you already love, and uses it to do something architecturally different to your face shape. Tell your stylist, I want a textured pixie with volume through the crown, piecewise separation on top, tapered through the sides and back, and I don't want it rounded over the ears. That one sentence redirects the entire cut. Write it down before your next appointment. Here's something most people don't think about with short cuts. Moisture matters enormously. Silver and white hair loses moisture faster than pigmented hair. And dry hair on a pixie reads flat, which collapses the texture the whole cut depends on. A weekly deep conditioning treatment keeps the texture alive between cuts. The difference is visible in photographs within 2 weeks. There's something about part 3 that I genuinely didn't expect to be this powerful. It's about a cut most women over 60 consider completely safe, and that's exactly why it's doing the most damage. That's coming up next. Part 3, the long collarbone cut versus the flat long layer. Of all the cuts in this video, this is the one I want you to hold on to longest, because it's disguised as the safe choice. It's the one that looks completely fine at the salon. It photographs oddly, and most women spend months adjusting how they style it before they realize the problem was never the styling. It was the cut itself. Long layered hair over 60 can be genuinely stunning, but there's a version of long layers that flattens against the face and pulls everything south. And that's the flat single-length long layer. It's long, it's all one weight, and it falls straight down the sides of the face like curtains. And curtains do one thing. They frame the widest part of what's inside them. After 60, when volume at the temples has naturally softened, a flat heavy curtain of hair on either side reads like a visual anchor pulling your entire face downward. This is the part one know someone's going to message me about, because the feeling of long hair feels like youth. And it can be, but only if the weight is distributed correctly. Flat single-length long hair after 60 doesn't give you the softness it gave you at 40. It gives you a heaviness around the jaw that compresses your face shape and makes your neck look shorter. This one is everything. If you've been holding on to length hoping to figure out the styling, this is the problem. The cut that fixes it lands right at the collarbone. Just at it, or an inch or two below. But the length alone isn't the fix. The fix is face framing layers that start at the cheekbone and angle forward toward the chin. These create a V shape in the front sections that visually lifts the center of your face. The difference in photographs is significant enough that women often think they've changed their lighting or their makeup when they haven't changed either. Tell your stylist, I want a cut just at the collarbone with face framing layers that start at the cheekbone and angle forward. I want those front sections to create a V shape, not fall straight. That instruction covers everything your stylist needs to get this right. For maintenance, this cut needs a trim every 8 weeks. Not because it grows out badly, but because the face framing layers lose their angle as length builds up, and once that angle softens, you're back to the curtain effect. 8 weeks keeps the shape working. Schedule it in advance. I didn't expect part 4 to be the one people ask me most about. But every time I cover this, the comments fill up. It's about the cut most women consider the most harmless of all. And that's exactly what makes it the most quietly damaging. Stay right there. Part 4. The soft shag versus the mushroom cut. I want to be honest with you about this one. I've watched women walk into salons asking for something easy and neat, and walk out with the one cut that does more damage to their face shape than almost anything else on this list. It's the mushroom cut. And it's so commonly requested that most stylists will execute it without a single question. Here's what's happening when you're in that chair asking for something low maintenance. You're not wrong to want easy. You deserve easy. But the mushroom cut, that short, rounded, uniform shape that sits like a dome over the head and curves forward at the ears, does something very specific to your face in the mirror. It compresses the vertical dimension of your appearance. It pushes your hairline lower. It pushes your ears under. And because the shape curves forward and inward, it makes your jaw read as the widest part of your face. That specific combination is the most aging shape a cut can create on a woman over 60. There's a reason this mistake is the hardest one to spot on yourself. Because you've been looking at rounded, neat shapes in the mirror and calling them clean. It's a habit of eye. A shape that reads tidy up close reads compressed in photographs, in windows, in video calls, everywhere that matters. So here's the swap. The soft shag. Same short to medium length, genuinely easy, but the architecture is completely different. A soft shag uses curtain bangs or wispy face-framing fringe to open the forehead and draw the eye upward. The layers are choppy and textured through the top and sides, not rounded, not smoothed. They create movement and separation instead of uniform weight. The overall silhouette is slightly rectangular rather than round, which visually elongates your face. Yes, that's simple. Rectangular silhouette versus round silhouette. That's the difference between a cut that lifts and a cut that compresses. Tell your stylist exactly this. I want a soft shag with curtain bangs or wispy fringe, choppy texture through the layers, nothing rounded or smoothed at the sides, and I want a slightly elongated silhouette rather than a rounded one. Print it. Show them. Do not paraphrase it in the chair because that instruction is precise and it needs to stay precise. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week. Stunning bone structure, perfect posture, and she had a mushroom cut that was closing her whole face down. She kept asking the stylist to tidy it up. She didn't know she was asking for more of the same. The stylist didn't know how to say it. That's the gap this channel exists to close. For upkeep. The soft shag is genuinely one of the easiest cuts to maintain because it's supposed to look slightly undone. You trim the fringe every 4 to 5 weeks at home with small scissors, and the rest you get shaped every 8 weeks. The texture actually looks better with a little grow out than a blunt cut does, which means you have more time between appointments without it looking wrong. You now have everything you need, the 3 cuts to walk toward and the 3 to walk away from. What's next is the one accessory mistake that pairs with the wrong cut to add 10 years in a single glance. That's coming next, and I really don't want you to miss it. You just learned 6 specific haircuts. 3 that take years off and 3 that quietly put them back on. And now you can walk into any salon appointment knowing exactly what to ask for and exactly what to walk away from. That's real knowledge most women spend years figuring out on their own. Boom! Your bone structure was always this stunning. Now the cut will finally show it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 6 cuts have you had? Were you wearing one of the ones to avoid without knowing it? I read every single one. Next time, I'm covering the one accessory mistake that pairs with the wrong haircut to add 10 years in a single glance. And most women have no idea they're doing both at once. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.